news, motorists and passengers in Benin City groan over fuel scarcity and hike. Police confirmed the death of 10 men in Akoko-Edo area of Edo State. Governor Baseki calls on federal government to dredge River Niger. Good evening, this is VOS TV. You're welcome to a news bulletin for this hour. My name is Mary Okaka. The news in detail. Motorists and passengers in Benin City have continued to groan in pain over the hardship occasioned by the hike in fuel price and the scarcity of the product within the metropolis. Our correspondent Endurance Ogba, who went to town to monitor the situation, files in the report.
Premium motor spirit, which is popularly known as petrol, has been an issue of great concern in Nigeria for some time. Following the recent increment by federal government from 180 to 200 per litre, motorists and passengers alike have continued to express worries over the development. Their worries are not hinged on the increment of the pump price, but the scarcity of the product. A visit by the news crew to some filling stations in Benin City metropolis revealed a wide scarcity of the product, as some of the filling stations visited were locked, an indication that they have no product to dispense. There were long queues in the few filling stations that were dispensing the product. It was gathered that the scarcity of the product has made some marketers to inflate the price above the official pump price, a situation which has caused untold hardship on the motorists and passengers. Commenting on the development, some motorists and passengers expressed deepness over the situation, noting the situation has resulted in hike in maintenance of vehicles and transportation fare. They therefore called on the relevant authorities to intervene in making sure that their plight is ameliorated. As a prolonged petrol scarcity characterized by long queues continues in Benin City, it is the hope of the people that government will urgently come to their aid.
It's actually a big surprise. My observation is that people take advantage of every scarcity to increase prices. I see any reason why I should increase the price of petroleum. Because the filling station they have for it, why should they increase the cost? That is the question. But we have no option because you need to move. There is no way this thing will not affect every other sector of the economy. That's just the truth. At the end of the day, the common man suffers it. You can see I'm sweating now. You can see I'm sweating. We were buying for less than 200 naira a few days ago, but it has increased to over 220. The one I bought this morning was about 220, and I'm buying here. I don't know how much I'm going to sell here. That's the truth.
Wow, it's so embarrassing that we, being the giant of Africa, are going through this problem. It's not good at all. Paying 230 per litre, it's bad, very bad. We're driving for over 1 hour, looking for a place to get food. Yeah, all the way from Sapler. I went to Bouveau. The queue there was so long, down to NFPC, and I had to trace this place down. They have to work on this. They have to work on this because this is very bad. They have to work on this.
Well, it's a difficult time. It's creating difficulty for the people, for us. You understand me now? Okay, I'm buying fuel now at the cost of 230 naira per litre. I have to work with that fuel. You understand me? So you can't expect the price that I used to, the fare that I used to carry to still remain the same. You understand me now? So I don't know what, I don't really know what is the problem. Why there is hike in the price of fuel? I can't understand. Because I keep reasoning, thinking, what is happening? A country that is producing fuel. Huh? So please help us to pass the message to. We don't even know who to pass the message to again. Whether we see our government, we don't know again. That is just the truth of the matter. There should be no reason for increasing fuel in the price of fuel. There should be no reason. If we have a responsible government, you understand me now. But when you keep saying this, it will look as if you are criticizing them.
The country we have today is a country that one will see and cry over. You understand that when APC were campaigning, Buhari were campaigning, they said they will make everything possible for us. But the country where the president will be the minister of petroleum is a direct cheating. It's very bad. If there is a minister for petroleum, the presidency now monitor the minister. It's better. There is a president of Nigeria, is the minister for petroleum. All those are corruption. It's very bad. And the situation of this country is very poor. So we pray for changes, we pray for God to give us good leadership. But what we are facing in this country, we pray for our children, when they grow, they shouldn't meet this condition we have today. It's very bad. But however, the filling station, they say, this one is selling 130 now, according to the pump price, but they will still tie their meter until you are late to be 250. Whereas you are still 30 there, if you buy per jerrycan, you see that you are going almost 250 per liter. That is the condition we are. Before Mali, there's a monitoring team checking on this check and balance. But because of the situation, well, they buy the way they buy, they sell, the way they like, they tie their meter, you see the masses that is suffering it. It's very painful. But now, the queue in Upper Mobile is terrible. Inside Mobile, Upper Mobile, the queues are terrible. So here now the queue is less, but the price not pass up mobile, I can still see 220 with a good pump price. But all this one now because of their way, people are running, and we have to manage it so that to avoid that long queue and that suffering in the queue.
In a country that claims to be the giant of Africa and a country that produces oil, it is actually disheartening that citizens have to take a long queue just to get fuel. Not just taking a long queue, also the hike in price is nothing to speak of. Citizens are lamenting and complaining and pleading to the federal government to do something about it, being because the reason for the scarcity of fuel is still unknown. Reporting Olga Endurance for VOS TV.
10 unidentified males have been found dead along Ibilo-Lampeshe area of Akoko-Edo local government area of Edo State in the early hours of yesterday. Our correspondent takes the story from here. Terror grips residents of Akoko-Edo local government area as the corpses of 10 unidentified men was discovered at the Ibilo-Lampeshe axis of the Lagos-Abuja Express Road in the early hours of yesterday. The spokesman of the Edo State Police Command, Chidi Wambuzo, who confirmed the ugly incident, said the dead bodies were first discovered by a vigilante commander of that area, who reported it to the divisional police officer in charge of Ibilo Division. The DPO immediately went to inspect the scene of this incident with some of his boys. Upon close examination of the bodies, a cellophane was discovered in the mouth of one of the bodies. According to the police spokesman, although there was no other sign of violence in any of the bodies, the cellophane suggests that the use of suffocation might have accelerated their deaths. He also said that the bodies have been in the mortuary for autopsy examination, adding that for now the case was that of suspected murder and that investigation was currently underway to determine the cause of death and the culprits responsible. Mary Okaka, reporting for VOS TV. Moving on, Edo State Governor Mr. Godwin Obaseki has urged the federal government to dredge the River Niger as part of measures to guard against flooding on the banks of the River Niger. The governor made the call during the presentation of palliative items by the National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, in Benin City. He said such measures would help to checkmate flooding in those areas. The governor also reiterated his administration's commitment to responding to the needs of those displaced by the ravaging flood disaster. On to more national news now. Today is the International Day to End Impunity Against Journalists, IDEI. It was declared by the United Nations to call attention to the impunity meted out against journalists and the need to protect them. The day was chosen in commemoration of the assassination of Claude Vallon and Dupont, two French journalists who were kidnapped in Mali in 2013 after they finished interviewing a political leader. The theme of this year's celebration is Keep Truth Alive, Protect Journalists, Protect the Truth. And the Senate has suspended the consideration of the 2023 budget for the Ministry of Defense after the Defense Minister Bashiru Magashi refused invitation by the Senate Ad hoc Committee on the resuscitation of a major Nigerian Navy ship. The Senate reached this decision through its Defense Committee after a former Senate leader, Yahaya Abdullahi, drew the committee's attention to an earlier action by the Senate summoning the Minister of Defense to come before the ad hoc committee and give explanations on the state of the naval ships. According to Abdullahi, a motion has been raised on the Senate floor in February on the need to resuscitate Nigeria's flagship and the most powerful in the naval fleet, NNA Aradu. He also reminded lawmakers that the Senate had subsequently set up the ad hoc committee to communicate with the minister on ways to resuscitate the currently grounded NNA Aradu. Speaking on the minister's refusal to honor all three invitations forwarded to him, the senator stated that the powerful naval ship was also owned by just 3 countries in the world, Germany, Argentina, and Nigeria, and that it was designed to protect the country's waters. That is the size of our news package, but before we go, a recap of our major stories. Motorists and passengers in Benin City groan over fuel scarcity and hike. Police confirmed the death of 10 men in Akoko-Edo area of Edo State. Do ensure to follow us on our social media platforms, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. My name is Mary Okaka. Do enjoy the rest of your evening.